Globe Sports Team presents your Southern Tier Kickoff.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you are a Pennsylvania resident, or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY if you are a resident of New York. Please gamble responsibly. All right, real quick, let's take a look at the standings as Connor Thompson still sits atop one game above myself. Our producer, Aaron Smith, in third place with the bronze, and then the rest of the STK team fighting for that fourth spot. Well, let's get right into our games for today as well. We start with an ACC matchup. Clemson headed to Pitt. The Tigers an 11.5-point dog against Panthers. I am going to go ahead and take the Tigers. I think they're going to be undervalued. They've been undervalued, and before we know it, they might be the spot and at the top of the ACC in the college football playoff. I'll take Clemson. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to take Clemson as well. They started off a little slow, have been playing very well as of late. Pitt has been missing their starting quarterback for the past few weeks and have really struggled without him. Game time decision today. We'll have to look at see what happens on that front, but let's go with the Tigers.
And I'm going with Clemson as well. I mean, throughout this season, they had a rough start. Yeah, they also played Georgia the first game of the year. After that, Cade Klubnik and the offense, they went crazy. They were putting up 59 points, 40 points, 29. They were 49 again. They went on a complete hot streak. And I think they're going to continue that going. This is still a great Clemson offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. It's a straight flush here. I'm going Clemson as well, and I agree with Kyle. Cade Klubnik has stepped it up this season. In a Pitt who has some injuries issues, I'm going Clemson.
And you mentioned Miami struggles. Like I said, we don't be surprised if you see Clemson in the CFP when it's all said and done.
I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, we move on now. Missouri and South Carolina, a little SEC matchup. As Mizzou is still ranked at this point, we'll head to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks, minus 14 there. Listen, every single metric in this matchup, every single reason tells me I should take South Carolina. They should dominate, and because of that, I'm going to take Mizzou. I don't know why. I think Mizzou, people have been trying to kick them out of the top 25. They're not going to do it this week. I got Mizzou.
Yeah, I want to take South Carolina here. I think the teams are pretty evenly matched, but, you know, what's the Gamecocks?
You're not trusting Beamer ball, man. You got to trust the Beamer ball. Put on the sports goggles. Lenore Sellers, he's been fantastic this year as a freshman. That defense has looked great for South Carolina, too. They've had a real hard schedule this season, but they've been able to prove that test. They kept Bama really close, and Bama has a fantastic offense. I'm going with the Gamecocks. You got to roll with them here. I think they're too solid.
Listen, you're right in every form and function of the way, and that's why I'm taking Mizzou, because normally I would always take the Gamecocks here, and I will always lose my money in doing so. So I'm just not trying to do that today. Who you like?
I'm taking Mizzou as well. This one was probably one of the tougher ones in this pick'em. So, but I'm going Mizzou. They're still ranked. South Carolina may give them a run for money. The under 14 spread for South Carolina is what made me go to Missouri. Plus, my buddy Michael E. Mommy went to Missouri, and he'd hate that I would choose against them. So.
I hope he's watching if you got the shout out. So, all right, real quick, we're gonna go Tennessee, Georgia. This is the game of the day, obviously. You have Georgia minus 9.5 at home. And this is the thing. At home, there has not been a big game for Georgia. There hasn't been a ranked matchup for Georgia at home in over a year. There hasn't been a time that Georgia has been out of the top 12 or out of the CFP during Kirby Smart's era. Athens has been waiting for a big game, and this is it. I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tennessee here, Zach. And the reason why is we saw Georgia with their first loss to an opponent that wasn't Alabama in a very, very long time yesterday. I think that blows this whole aura away from this team. Let's go with the Vols.
I'm going to throw a quick couple stats to you. Yamaleava, supposed to come back from concussion protocol, play this week. Carson Beck, 14 interceptions over the last 6 weeks, or 6 games. Offensive line for Georgia, been absolutely horrible. Tennessee's defense, top 5 scoring defense in the nation, top defense in the nation. They're going to beat a Georgia offense that hasn't been able to get anything going.
Who you got?
Oh, we're going Tennessee. Go Vols.
I'm going Tennessee as well. Georgia has shown cracks, so I'm going to take Tennessee.
Okay, Georgia's making the CFP, and they can't lose today, so that's why I think they're going to win. But we are going to also pick Arizona and Kansas State. That is up on our website, the WBNG 12 homepage. Make sure you check that out, as rest of the picks from Aaron and Keith and Connor. And we thank you once again for joining us. Hope you have fun at Cortica, and we'll see you next week on the Southern Tier Kickoff.